Chris Watkin here with Heather Staff from Spectre. Thanks for joining me today, Heather. Talk to me about prop tech fatigue. Not another one. Go on.
Prop tech fatigue, yeah. Well, I'm going to get you in trouble here because I've got a bone to pick with you about this phrase.
Come on then, Bones.
Yeah, I find this really frustrating.
Because some people say I'm anti-prop tech. I'm not. I'm just
No, but you've
80%
coined
of
the
prop
phrase prop tech fatigue or helped to spread it. You're a super spreader.
I can't help it that people come on the WatkinSofa and chat. There you go. Come on then.
No, so my view on this is that, you know, technology is only going to improve in the industry.
Agreed.
Yes, you know, there might be some tech that's developed that's useless. That obviously is going to happen occasionally.
Yeah, 80%.
Where's that stat from?
Well, basically, you talk to agents. I mean,
Okay.
if you don't mind me saying, can we just get out of the way that your prop tech solution is amazing? Can we just agree with that?
Yeah, no, that's
Okay. You know, you ask any estate agent, which prop tech would you fail to give up? You're one of them. Fixed flow.
Yeah, great guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There aren't that many after that.
Okay, so
I'm sick and tired of these script kiddies. I had a chap who was about to rang me up and was about to design this product, and I said, "Well, have you actually spoke to any estate agents about this?" He said, "No, I was a tenant and I just thought it was bad news." I said, "Well, they're not going to buy it off you."
yeah, it's my issue with the term is that I think I worry that it puts agents off looking at technology, because I think, yeah, you're right. Sometimes, you know, there's going to be technology that just doesn't work, or it doesn't work as intended, or it's not built for the audience with a deep knowledge or understanding. I get that, and that is going to happen sometimes. But if you adopt the view, you know, 80% of it is useless, then it puts you off looking. And I think there are a lot of agents who think, you know, I'm not going to sit through demo after demo to catch the 20% that's worth it. But actually, that 20% that's worth it, if it is 20%, I challenge that stat, but we'll move on. You know, they then miss out on that because they don't see it, they don't know it's there, and they don't adopt it. And over
but you
time,
won't have that problem.
why?
Well, everybody loves you.
But has every agency inspector?
Well, you know, most estate that's nothing to do with prop tech. That's to do with the fact that estate agents are lazy and are still in the 20th century.
I don't think most agents are lazy. I actually strongly disagree with that. My parents were two of the most hard-working individuals that I've ever seen, and I think most of our clients.
Group of one there?
No, focus group of two. They had two separate estate agencies competing, but that's a whole different story. No, but I think most of our clients are extremely hard-working individuals as well.
But they've self-selected because they've gone to Spectre.
Yeah. But what I'm worried about is this whole prop tech fatigue or anti-prop tech, or there's so much prop tech out there that doesn't work, discourages people from looking.
You know why, don't you?
Why?
Because most prop tech firms are truly atrocious at marketing their services.
Well, but there's also people spreading, you know, prop tech fatigue, and 80% of it's useless.
Okay, but then would I actually have you sat on here if I didn't think you're any good?
No, that's fine. I just think that, okay, take me. Okay, I'll give you an example. Outside of prop tech, right? There is an industry joke or tech joke that's Slack. Have you heard of Slack?
Yeah, I've been on it. It's awful.
Right. Slack is a $15 billion company. It is not awful, right? Okay. But
I haven't invested enough time to get to use it.
Exactly.
And we went back to WhatsApp.
Exactly. Slack is brilliant, right? You know, the problem is, and the joke is, what does Slack do? And if somebody said to you, you should have a look at Slack, or what does it do? Well, it does lots of stuff. It's messaging stuff. Well, we've got email for that. You know, if you didn't look at Slack because somebody couldn't explain quite what it did or who was it built for.
Now we're getting somewhere. They don't explain it enough. You know, a lot of prop tech firms tell people what it is and not what it does.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is...
Go on, I'm being naughty.
Have a look. You know, agents just should sit... Yes, you're going to have to sit through some crap demos.
There's 700 prop tech firms out there.
Well, there's also groups to help with that, isn't there? You know, ICG, Kerfuffle.
Yes.
You know, use it. But I would say just don't use the words prop tech fatigue, or don't get tired of looking. Because honestly, I look at technology every day. I look at new technology that might help my business every single day. I subscribe to Product Hunt, which sends you an email with new technology every single day. And I think agents should adopt a similar mindset, because for the one gem you find, it's going to be a competitive advantage.
But surely agents haven't got time to do this.
No, and that's why things have sprung up like the ICG and kerfuffle to help sift through the noise. But you can't just not look, though, right?
Okay, but why are prop tech firms so awful at marketing their services? Let's assume you have something that can turn lead into gold.
Okay, I'll answer that question. This is an extremely unattractive industry to get into because it's hyper-local. So in most industries, you've got 80% of the market covered by a few big boys and 20% with a few small players. It's the other way around in this industry. So to try to market to this industry is actually extremely difficult. You've got your roots, your traditional roots like the industry press. You've got, yourself. You've got people like Kerfuffle and the ICG who are trying to help. You've got traditional mail, but you've got to reach a lot of independent businesses. And like you say, those independent businesses where they might have 10 people working in one branch and one person or two that owns it, finding the time to look at these things is difficult. I get that, I understand that, but you can't also not look at stuff.
Do you think it's important for firms like PropTech to go to the shows and things like that because they're not cheap things, are they?
No, they're really expensive, but they are good. And walk around, have a look at stuff, talk to people. There's so much good PropTech out there.
Do you think, again, in Australia and America, agents tend to collaborate and work closer together? Do you think that could also solve that? It's the TripAdvisor effect, that everyone's sharing great ideas. That agents should be talking to not necessarily their competitors in their own town, but other firms.
I think they do that. Over 85% of all inquiries to Spectre come from word of mouth recommendations. So that is one agent telling another, we're doing really well from Spectre,
because Spectre's brilliant.
Yeah.
But most PropTech isn't.
I wouldn't say most PropTech isn't.
Dataloft, amazing. Even though they're a competitor of mine,
they are
amazing.
Brilliant.
Your bit of kit, FixFlow.
Yeah.
Starbury.
I would say there is. So one of the things that I've noticed with Spectre is the agents who do really, really well from it adopt it and have a strategy of play. Usually it's literally just assigning responsibility to one person per branch for doing it.
Agree.
And you've got to adopt it, and you've got to have a strategy for implementing it. There's probably loads of good PropTech out there that goes into a business and then just gets forgotten about, or because nobody's been allocated responsibility.
Doesn't he's too busy to do it, but doesn't pass it down the chain.
Correct. So one of our best performing clients, every time they employ somebody new in the business, Spectre training is part of their induction training. So every single time, and this is a huge company, somebody joins, they get training one-on-one with one of our customer success team, because they've built that into a system and a process for making sure that every single person in that business knows how to use.
And do you think that's what agents should do with all their PropTech to ensure that they get better integration and actually make the PropTech work for them?
Yeah, I do think that. I mean, a lot of the good PropTech out there is constantly innovating. We add a new feature to Spectre on average once every 2 weeks. One of the huge difficulties for us is how do we get across that new feature is there? And obviously we put a massive focus on customer success and trying to, do refresher training calls and all this sort of stuff. But I would love agents to call us and say, hey, what could we do better? We'd be like, well, let me show you this, blah, 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 blah. It's extremely rare that agents call us and say, hey, can you help me get more from the system? Extremely rare. And can I give you one example of someone who's done it recently? He's actually very well known in the industry, so it's a good one. But Simon Bradbury rang. He said, I've got Spectre, I'm doing pretty well, but I think we could be doing better. And I said, do I have permission to be brutally honest about what you're sending out and how you're sending out? He said, yeah. So together with the customer success team, worked it, completely changed his letterheads, bit of content, all this sort of stuff. And he sent me the stats, which are in my phone, which is in my bag, that's annoying. But he's now unbelievable return on investment from Spectre. But he rang and asked. He's not too. There
you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time today. We'll
Cheers,
see
Chris.
you on other videos where we talk about biz generation techniques and the lack of females in the estate agency in senior roles. Thank you for your time.
Cheers, Chris. Thanks.